That's what that respect's about. That's the ultimate job, the ultimate achievement, the ultimate privilege, the ultimate freedom, the ultimate responsibility. That's when you made it. So from that day on, forget everything else. The one thing I always knew I wanted to be was a father.
Welcome to Gettin Grilled. I'm Jordan Stratton, and today we're serving up Matthew McConaughey. You recognize him from award-winning films and TV shows like Dallas Buyers Club, True Detective, and Interstellar, but now he's promoting his new book, Green Lights, a remarkably honest account of his life, wisdom he's gained along the way, and even the significance of saying a word 3 times in a row.
All right.
All right, let's get grilling.
Hello, Jordan. How are you?
I'm doing all right. How are you, Matthew?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good.
So tell me first off, who is this book for?
It was for me. Basically, it was based off of my journals and diaries of 36 years, which are writings to myself.
Sure.
But I noticed as I started writing, the more personal I got, the more relatable the stories got. So it's for, anyone who's looking for some more satisfaction in life, anyone who's looking for maybe a few nuggets or tools to use along the way to get more personal satisfaction for themselves, anyone who understands the responsibility that comes with freedom and the freedom that comes with responsibility, and anyone who just wants to have a good laugh and maybe come away from it being able to laugh at their own selves in places that they should, that maybe they didn't. Hopefully the book's a bit of a reminder that, hey, we're all trying to do this as people, as women, as men, as children, as mothers, as fathers. We're in this same game and none of us have it licked. I know I sure don't have it licked. Let's just stay in the game.
So speaking of mothers and fathers, you talk a lot about your parents, naturally, if you're talking about your entire life, both of whom are characters in themselves. I mean, I'm sure you could write an entire book just on your parents.
I've got about 300 more pages on stories on them.
And so, speaking of your dad, do you think all men have a rite of passage involving their dad or another father figure at some point in their life?
Yeah, I do. I mean, there are different ones. There's mental rites of passage, spiritual rites of passage, physical rites of passage. I think it's inherent in masculinity. You know, in my household, take dad's challenge. It wasn't like you had to fight dad to get his respect. It was like, take him up on his challenge. My dad was a sirs and ma'ams, please and thank yous guy. So when you met some of his friends, you looked them in the eye, shook their hand, you said, nice to meet you, sir. Nice to meet you, sir, etc. And I remember at 8 years old, he had introduced me to a couple of his friends, and I had met many of his friends and said, nice to meet you, sir. But at that moment, it hit me in my 8-year-old mind that the common denominator of all the men that I was saying sir to was that they were fathers. And in my 8-year-old mind, I said, oh, that's it. That's why you're called sir. That's what that respect's about. That's the ultimate job, the ultimate achievement, the ultimate privilege, the ultimate freedom, the ultimate responsibility. That's when you made it. So from that day on, forget everything else. The one thing I always knew I wanted to be was a father.
Does that word, dad, does that sense of unconditional respect, that perspective of what fatherhood was, does that mean anything different now?
Well, you realize more clearly that just the being half of making the child does not really finish the definition of being a father. Fatherhood is a verb. And it's not just helping make the baby. Technically, biologically, you'd be a father, but that's not really being a father. That's being the biological parent. Being a father is what you do for the rest of your life with your children, especially those formative years of 18 to 20 before they're out of the house and on their own. That's where fatherhood's a verb, and that's where the very privileged work comes in of doing our best, if we can, to be the best fathers we can be.
I'm going to pivot just a little bit. So we at The Dad, we're known for our parenting memes that we kick out day after day, week after week. And you should be pleased to know that you are featured in quite a few of them.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
I'm going to do a little screen share here. I want to get your thoughts about each of these memes, and you can let me know if we hit the nail on the head, if you appreciate it, or if you're just like, I can't get behind that at all.
All right, let's see it.
It just crushes your soul. It's so sweet, right?
No, it's got to be sweeter than that.
It's got to be sweeter.
I need more than a leaf. I've got a son who tried to pull this trick. It was one of his siblings' birthdays, and he had procrastinated and not worked on a really good card or a really good present. And we knew it, but we didn't tell his sister this, right? But we said, let's let him be embarrassed that he didn't get her a good present, right? if you know, she bust him, which we thought she would. But all of a sudden, they're on the table. She opens this thing up. It's wrapped in toilet paper and it's got a little string around it. She opens it and it's this little stick, little wooden stick. And she's like, "Oh wow!" And he goes, "Yeah, Vita, that was my favorite stick. I found that when I was 2 years old, and it's been my lucky stick for the last 5 years. And you know what? I love you so much. I just want you to have that stick." And she was like, "Oh!" And all of a sudden we were like, "Is that a bunch of BS?" And he was like, and then Levi was like, "I saw you pick up that stick in the yard like an hour ago." And
that was my prize stick. I don't know what you're talking about.
And he tried to get away with it. We said, "No, you're going to have to give me more than just a leaf off the ground." Since you just thought about getting me a birthday present 5 seconds ago, I'm going to give you a rake so you can go rake up the rest of the leaves.
There you go. You love him so much. We'll get all of them.
Let's go clean up the yard. Come on.
Perfect.
Yeah. Or, "No, it's okay. The place we're going allows you to be barefoot. Let's go."
Just drag him out. Drag him out footless. All right. The next one, we're going to True Detective here.
You do. The answer to me on this one is exactly what is there right now. Blank. Don't say a word. There's nothing you can say right now.
Nothing's going to help.
If you say you said that 10 minutes ago, does not evolve the situation and help make it any easier. Doesn't matter. Don't do the math. If you start doing the math right there, even though you may be right, you will not find a green light in this conversation.
Number 4.
Oh, definitely pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers.
I believe this is our first garlic meme, and we had no idea how men feel about garlic. And everyone's on board about the fact that every single recipe you find, at least double the amount of garlic. Come on.
Easy. And the only thing with that, when people go, "Oh, but it's bad breath," not if everybody's eating it.
That's right. Everyone's in the same stinky boat, man.
Yeah.
That was really fun. Thanks for indulging us.
Cool.
You spent roughly, 3 years on the road, traveling America in the late 90s, along with your 28-foot Airstream International CCD, affectionately named
the Canoe.
You often utilized the grill on the back of that thing. And so I want to know, what were your tried and true go-to grilling recipes? What grill magic you got?
Mine's always the same thing when I'm grilling. 1 5/8 inch thick, grass-fed, grain-finished ribeyes from a particular ranch in Texas, and I make my own rub, which is going to be hitting the market soon. It's called The One, and I love this rub. It's like the garlic, more merrier. Put it on anything, but that on steaks. And what I will do is usually, if I know, hey, Friday night I'm going to be at this so-and-so trailer park, and my work day is going to be over at like 3, so I'm going to really, mix an early cocktail and get the grill going. I'll have that meat, either I'll pick it up from a local butcher shop or I'll get it from this ranch in Texas, have it, unpack it, rub it down, and put it in the bottom of my fridge with just a napkin, with just a paper towel over it for 2 to 6 days before I grill it. And if you watch what that does to your meat, it obviously starts to cook it a little bit, but it really relaxes everything. And so, the small side of a ribeye, it's called a decal. That really good side, this makes even the New York strip side have a tenderness of the decal side.
A man who knows his steak. Thank you so much. I love it. Love the book. There's so much fatherhood goodness in this. It's so fun. It's so wholesome, entertaining, funny. Oh, do you still bongo naked?
Yeah, when I can.